Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on the Preppers Briefing. I wanted to sit down and talk to you. Here lately, we've been able to see how fast things can change. One moment, everything feels normal, nothing's going on, and then the next, crap is hitting the fan and we have problems everywhere, world issues, civil issues here, natural disasters, everything hitting all at one time or multiple things hitting at one time. And I want to start this channel and I want to touch base on a couple of different things that I think a lot of Americans need to start doing. Not trying to fearmonger, but trying to make sure everybody is prepared for the worst. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. That is what this channel is going to be dedicated on. I've been putting it off, but it's time to take action and help everyone out the best to my abilities. Now, some of the things that I do want to go over is, for this first episode, some of the basic things for preparedness that you can start working on. And one of the big things is you don't have to have a bunker to start out with. So we are going to start out with the 5 basic pieces of gear that every beginner prepper should definitely start getting. They should buy first. So when something unexpected happens, you're not caught off guard. So let's go ahead and get into a short deep dive on some of the stuff that you can go out, get for a decent price. And I'll go ahead and link a few of the things that you can get on Amazon down in the description box below. So if there's anything on there that I think is something good that you can get off of there, I will go ahead and link it down there. If it's something cheap, I'm not going to put it down there. If I don't think it's something that's going to help you, I will also not put it down there. So let's go ahead and jump into this list. Okay, I'm going to start off with number 1, what I am going to find and deem the most important and the most necessary in any natural disaster or civil unrest situation. It's going to be water or water filtration. And this is the most important thing because you can only last 3 days without water. Food can definitely go a lot longer, and other supplies can last longer as well that you don't actually need. Now, there are tons and tons of different water filtration systems out there. One of them, there's a simple filtration system, a Sawyer Mini or a Life Straw. They cost $25 and they can literally keep you alive if the tap water gets contaminated or it shuts off if you don't have a well system or you run out of electricity and your well pump stops working. So that is going to take us into number 2, and that is going to be light and power. So power is going to be one of the big things. If you have a well, that is what is going to power your well pump. That is how you're going to get most of your water. And if you don't have water on hand, you're going to have to get your water out of that well. Having power to pump that is very important. So obviously you need a little bit more power than small crank generators and things like that. But when the power goes out, so does your safety. A reliable flashlight, a lantern, and a portable power bank for your phone are essential. Don't rely on candles. A $20 LED lantern will last hours and far safer than having candles laying around your house or lit while you're sleeping. All right, so talking about one of those safety things, a first aid kit. It is going to be very important. Civil unrest and natural disasters often mean there's going to be some injuries that are going to take place. A stocked first aid kit is not optional. That is going to be your lifeline. You don't need a combat medic kit to start out with, especially your first setup, but you do need the basics. Bandages, antiseptics, pain relievers, gloves. These are important things that you need to have on hand for any small scrapes, because that will be the difference between an infection and losing a limb or making it to a safe time frame. Okay, so that will bring us into number 4, your food supply. All right, so the thing is you don't need freeze-dried astronaut meals to start prepping, okay? Just buy a few extra meals to start out with. All you need to do is buy some extra shelf-stable foods that you already eat on a normal basis. Those are going to be things like rice, beans, pasta, canned foods. Aim for at least 3 days to start out with. And that's going to be 3 days worth per person. Then you're going to start building from there, whether it be a week, a month, and then if you go for 3 months and then a year after that. So this is a gradual progression. Nobody can go ahead unless you've got that type of money to get everything tomorrow. All right, let's talk about number 5. We're rolling into communication and awareness. One of the big things that you're going to have to worry about is when networks go down. Most people are in the dark, literally and figuratively. A hand crank or battery-powered radio keeps you connected to emergency alerts. The old school maps are underrated as well. GPS is not always going to be guaranteed unless you have an updated offline map. So you have to make sure your offline maps are updated for your GPSs and things of that nature. All right, guys, so here's the thing. I want to talk about it. Preparedness isn't about fear. It's about freedom. Having these 5 basics: water, light, first aid, food, and communication. This means that you can be dependent on yourself, not on luck, someone else, or the government to save you. This is just the beginning, and in the future briefings, we'll dive deeper into each one of these. We're going to build a stronger plan, and we're going to walk through each and every one of these a little bit more every week. So go ahead and stay tuned, and we'll walk through everything in more detail later on. Thank you, and catch you in the next video.